Cox3.com post-game show. What a game. Santa Margarita 28, JSerra 21. This thing came down to the final minutes, and it was Santa Margarita prevailing. Defense comes up big, but what a ball game. This is just another Trinity League bloodbath on a Friday night.
Well, we noticed in the fourth quarter both teams dragging a little bit, and that's not because they were doing anything in slow motion. They were tired. They battled so hard. Luke Wattenberg for JSerra played almost every down of this game, but it was a great defensive struggle in the fourth quarter that was eventually ended with a beautiful pass-run combination. And you know, probably 6,000 or 7,000 people at this game, and nobody went home early.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. JSerra opened up the game with a mistake-free drive. They went right down the field, 14 plays, 80 yards, capped off by a 1-yard Avery Williams run. Extra points good, 7-0, and then Santa Margarita answers right back. Here comes the man off the bench in relief. Richard Wagner hits Grant Calcaterra, 66 yards down the middle. Extra point is good, and we are tied at 7. Austin Barrett then intercepts JSerra, and then from 4th and 1, from the 36-yard line, Matt Mark, the 9:44 mark, goes the distance out of the Wildcat. Extra point is good, 14-7. Then Santa Margarita's defense kind of shot themselves in the foot, gave JSerra multiple opportunities. This is a 16-play, 80-yard drive, capped off by Riley O'Brien's 6-yard touchdown scramble. Extra point is good. We are all tied at 14. Then right before the intermission, here's the big man right here, Dylan Crawford. 18-yard scoring strike. That came with 30 seconds left. Extra point's good. They go into the locker room, 21-14. Then Riley O'Brien opens up the second half, a 38-yard pick six. We're tied again, 21 all deep into the fourth quarter. Late in the game, 5:33 left. It's Calcaterra again, a 51-yarder. Look at him turn on the afterburners into the end zone. Touchdown, extra point, good. 21 unanswered, not 21 unanswered, but 28-21 our final. Let's go to Garth Wyckoff.
Fantastic football game here tonight, a playoff caliber game, and a couple of happy Eagles standing by with me. I got the defensive end, the senior Alex Stewart here, number 80, and the quarterback stepping up, filling in the big shoes. This is Richard Wagner, the junior. Let's start with the defense. A huge game for you here tonight. 13 tackles total. I think 6 of them for a loss and 11 solos. Just big game for you here tonight. Talk about your performance.
We just came out. We had a bad loss against Bosco last week, so now we practice all week, try to get all the fundamentals down, and it looks like we did it tonight. Couldn't be anything without my team.
You know what John Gruden would say about your performance tonight?
No, sir.
He'd say you're flying all over the football field, making plays and tackles from every position. You spent more time in the backfield of the JSerra Lions than their own quarterback. What happened with the arm? Tell us about the injury.
I had surgery on my thumb about 3 weeks ago and put a cast on, put a club over it so I could play.
All serious aside, fantastic job. Good luck to you. Heck of a job. Let's talk about the quarterback. You do a fantastic job of stepping in. KJ can't go tonight. Next man up. Talk about your performance in a huge game here in a league game.
Oh, definitely. You know, behind KJ, it's just you're behind the greatest quarterback, and you get all this time to prepare with all these great athletes, and to be able to step up tonight, it just feels fantastic.
Your first throw of the football game was executed very well. You get on the scoreboard. That had to help your confidence, and in the first half, virtually flawless. Then in the second half, you get the turnover, you get the interception, but you bounce right back. Talk about your resiliency as a young quarterback staying in this big game.
Well, we had a strong first half, and we got a little bit down on the offense in the second half, but I just always like to finish. And I just tell the offensive line, just keep on going, keep on blocking, and we'll finish. And that's what we did.
Excellent job. Now, I'd be remiss not to give him a little John Gruden, too. You've got a killer arm, a big height. I tell you what, I know some birds that are more jealous than you are of that height you got. Fantastic job. Keep playing strong. These are some happy Eagles. They improve to 1-1 in league play.
28-21, the final score there, you see it at the top. And was that John Gruden there doing the interview?
We flew him in.
375 yards tonight for Santa Margarita, but we talked about it in the first half, the time of possession. JSerra did a great job playing keep away. But at the end of the day, Santa Margarita, 28, JSerra 21.
Well, when you run 64 plays to 49 for your opponent, you think that that's enough to control the clock, but Santa Margarita made enough big plays. Those 3 touchdown passes from Wagner were enough to offset what JSerra did, and I agree with you, the numbers were just remarkable. Matthews 9 tackles, 6 solos for Santa Margarita, 2 tackles for a loss. Calcaterra 2 receptions, 117 yards and 2 touchdowns. Williams, the running back, 26 rushes, 81 yards and a touchdown. They held him well below his average, but boy, is he a breakaway threat. And Steele Brenner, 7 tackles, 1 sack. And on top of all of this, Kevin, that's the Trinity League at its finest.
You know, it was interesting late in the game, 2.5 minutes left, and the Lions let the Santa Margarita Eagles off the hook. They had them in a 2nd and 24. Trey Green goes for 14 yards, and then JSerra calls a timeout. Come out of the timeout, they get a penalty. So instead of 3rd and 10, it becomes 3rd and 5. And then Wagner on the zone read, able to get the first down by a credit card. And that was probably one of the biggest plays of the game. But JSerra had an opportunity to get the football back late in the game, and they just could not get it back when they had Santa Margarita in a 2nd and 24 deep in their own territory.
Well, I'm sure they'll look back at that, and you can play the what-if game all you want. I think that's one of the critical parts of the game, the illegal substitution penalty. But when you have somebody at 2nd down and 24, if you're on offense, you know the philosophy is you don't need to get all 24 back, and they got a huge chunk of it, then the penalty, so you get into 3rd and 5, which is manageable, and they got it.
Yeah. Well, it was a toe-to-toe battle all night long, and hats off to JSerra and their 10 guys that go both ways. I mean, Herculean effort. Luke Wattenberg played a great game, and how about Riley O'Brien tonight at quarterback?
Well, he did a tremendous job. The rollout that turned into a touchdown run was just sheer guts. He just turned the corner and was not going to be denied. And I thought the two-headed quarterback system that they use with
Matt
Robinson and O'Brien has worked to this point. We didn't see Robinson much in the second half. I sure hope he's not hurt. But I think for JSerra, for Santa Margarita, this is only the 2nd of 5 very critical games in the Trinity League. And you're really not out of it at 0-2 if you win the next 3. It's just who those next 3 are that's a big problem.
Yeah, that is. Well, that's going to do it for our Cox3.com post-game show. Once again, the final score, Santa Margarita 28, JSerra 21.